guys, and welcome back for another sewing tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cute quilted makeup bag. Just so you know, all the measurements for this project will be in the description box below, located over at my blog. So the things you will need are your main fabric, a lining fabric, some fusible fleece, and of course a zipper. So if you've never worked with fusible fleece before, you will find out that there is a soft side and a rough side, and the rough side is the side that has the glue on it. So you're just going to lay your fusible fleece down with the glue side up, and then put your fabric down with the wrong side down, and you're going to iron that with a hot dry iron, and that will melt the glue and fuse the two pieces together. So once you've done that, then we're going to start working on the quilting aspect. So this is where you're going to probably turn on your TV, or maybe watch some other YouTube videos, like maybe some of my other videos, and just quilt away. So I'm just going to be doing straight stitches all the way around, measuring 1/4 of an inch apart. So yes, it took a bit of time, but I think the result makes it look really, really cute and a little bit more unique. So I did that whole entire piece, and I just flipped it around and did that last stitch there. I did the other portion, of course, off camera, but now I'm going to work on the strap that will be at the top of our bag, and I'm just going to fold the two sides in and then iron. And then I'm going to fold it again, and then that will be our little strap. And then I'm going to head on over to my sewing machine, and I will do a top stitch on either side, and the one top stitch will of course close that strip of fabric so that it can't open like that anymore, and the other one will of course just be decorative, and it will just make it look more like a strap. And then we'll just place that to the side for now, because we won't be needing that for a little bit. But we're going to work on the main body of the bag, and we're going to work on putting in our zipper. So of course, check the measurements for the zipper size, but you're of course going to need a zipper that measures the length of the bag. If it's too long, that's fine, you can always cut your zipper, but if it's too short, then it definitely is not going to work. So you're just going to have your main body of the bag facing up, and then you're going to place the zipper with a zipper pull facing down along the edge where you're going to have your zipper, and then you're going to place your lining fabric on top with the right sides down. So then I'm just going to place in a few pins just to keep it all nice and together, because once I put it in the machine, then it has a tendency to shift. So from here, if you have never used a zipper foot, this is what I'm using right now. I will have a video linked in the right hand corner of this clip, and you can go over and learn all about it if you've never used them before. You can of course use your own foot, but it is a little bit more difficult. So I find that this is way more convenient, and if you've never used them before, then it will be something new to learn. So I'm just going to sew along the zipper, feeling the zipper with my fingertips, making sure that it's nice and close to the zipper. And then once I'm done with that seam, then I'm going to flip the two fabrics out, exposing the zipper, and then I'm going to do a top stitch about 2 millimeters, or yeah, about that, away from the edge there, just to make it look more professional. And also, once you go to put your bag together, if you don't do this step, then the lining will get caught in the zipper, and that is a pain in the butt. Okay, so then we're going to do the exact same thing with the other side. So you put your fabric down with the right sides facing up, and then place the other portion of the bag with the zip facing down on top of that, and then you're going to place your lining fabric right sides facing down on top of that, making sure your zip is facing down. And I'll just place a few pins just to keep it all nice and secured, and I will bring it over to my sewing machine and sew that seam. So I sewed the seam, and I'm just going to flip it right sides out, exposing the zipper, and I'm just showing you how I make sure that when I go do the top stitch, to make sure that the fabric is nice and out of the way, because if you don't do this step, then there's a possibility that the lining fabric can shift underneath, and then you end up sewing that top stitch and, you know, wrinkling up your fabric. So I like to do this nice and flat, and then put some pins in it, and then that gives me my perfect top stitch. So after this, you're going to fold your bag with the lining fabric exposed, and try to make it all nice and flat, and then you're going to sew along that edge. So with this tutorial, you are going to have a bunch of raw edges, but if you don't want to have the raw edges, you can always sew those seams with bias tape if you are familiar with that. I might do that for my next one, but I don't mind, just because this is for me. But if you are making this as a gift, then I would definitely recommend doing that. So this is how we are going to fold the bag. We are going to press the seam down and line it up with the zipper, and then I'm just going to place a few pins just to keep it flat like this, because of the fleece inside, it kind of makes it want to not lay flat like this, so it kind of bounces. You can iron it if you want to, but the pins work just fine. So from here, we're going to cut a notch out of each of the corners, and we're going to cut 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, a little square. So you can either make a little template out of paper, or just use a quilting ruler, and you can use some disappearing ink pens or chalk and follow those with your scissors. I find using scissors a little bit easier to do this part. And I'm loving my new scissors, because I haven't had a good pair of scissors in so long, but oh my goodness, it just like cuts through it like butter. But anyways, so from here we are going to sew the sides, and like I said, this will leave raw edges, so if you want to put bias tape on that, totally cool. I'm just going to trim off all my threads, and then we are going to close up those the notches, and then we're pretty much done, I think. So from here, you're going to actually open your bag about halfway, just because once you sew up all those notches, you're gonna flip your bag, and it's a lot harder to flip your bag if your zipper is closed, because then you're gonna have to try to open the zipper, and it's difficult. Anyways, okay, so I was gonna start on this side of the bag, but I decided to go to the other side of the bag, because I'm going to start with the bottom of the bag first, and where the zipper zips up, of course, that will be the top of the bag. So I'm just going to do these two notches first. So you're just going to fold the notch like this. I can't explain it, but hopefully you understand. So make sure that seam is right into the center of that fold, and then you're going to place a pin, and then do that the exact same to the other side of the bottom of the bag. And then when we go and do the top of the bag, that is when we're going to add our strap. So you're just going to take your strap and you're going to stick it through the notch, and then when you fold that notch, you're just going to make sure that that strap is centered within that fold. And then just place a pin just to keep it all in place. And then we'll do the exact same thing for the other side. Make sure that the strap doesn't twist when you go to put it in the bag. So then I'm just going to go over to the sewing machine and sew up all of those 4 notches. Very easy. Just be careful because it is many layers of fabric, so You might want to go a little slow, make sure you have a nice sharp needle. And then you're just going to cut off all your threads, and then you can flip your bag right side out. And then that's pretty much it. I think it turned out really adorable. I'm loving it. I want to go somewhere. I want to put stuff in it. I don't know what to put in it yet, but you can use it for just a regular makeup bag or travel bag. You can make it in a man's fabric or a girly fabric, you know, doesn't matter. It's definitely can be used by anybody. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more tutorials. All my links for my social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook will be in the description box below, as well as my blog where will be all the measurements for this project, so definitely check that out. Share with all your sewing friends, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!